Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show we're going to make a key lime pie. We're going to a potluck tonight, and we need something that's going to be over the top because there's a lot of good pies there, not all dessert. So we wanted ours to stand out. Now, key lime pie is kind of special because you got to balance the tartness and the sweetness of the limes, or in this case we're going to be using a key lime juice. And if you do it right, it's fabulous. Everybody will love it. But we, of course, are going to step it up one more notch by using a graham cracker crust that has bacon in it. You don't have to put bacon in it, but I think it'll add quite an interesting contrast between the sweet and saltiness and, of course, in this case, the tartness. Now let's make a key lime pie. So the key lime pie actually has only a few ingredients that are pretty simple. First, I'm going to be using key lime juice. A normal recipe calls for half a cup, but we're going to be using a full cup because we have an oversized pie pan. You can also use key limes and juice them yourself if you can find them, or use a combination of regular limes and maybe regular lemons to make it tart. But this is just one of the juices that's available at a supermarket. Next, I'm going to add the sweetened condensed milk. Normal 9-pan recipe takes 1 can. I'm adding 2 because my pan is big. And then lastly, a normal recipe calls for 3 egg yolks, sometimes 2 egg yolks. I'm using 4 for this. And if you have trouble separating your egg whites and egg yolks, we have a video called where we did a product review on something called the yolk out. Amy did it. That might be kind of fun to watch. And at this point, we just need to combine the ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and crank this guy up. If you have a whisk, that probably works as well. But since I got this guy, I figure it's kind of fun to make a mess. And this just makes sure that everything gets really combined well. Some people have troubles, and if they don't follow directions, things get separated. I've made this recipe a few times, and it always turns out really well. So I just usually mix it for several seconds on kind of like a medium, and it looks like it's all incorporated, so that's all we really need. So now the fun part. We're going to go ahead and pour the nice mixture that we just did for the filling into a pie crust that we made on an earlier show here that's got the bacon and everything in there. If you haven't had a chance, go ahead and watch that video. It's kind of fun. Also, you can go and buy a pre-made pie crust, you know, but that's not fun. And you can really make any kind of crust you want. You can use cookies, you can do anything. It's up to you. Just like a key lime pie or any pie has 1,000 different recipes for it. Same thing with the crust. In this case, this should make most people happy. And by making this little double batch that we did, you'll see that it filled it really nicely. Sometimes I recommend just making a double batch anyways because the stuff's really tasty, right? Got to have something to lick the batter with. So that's nice and spread. So we're going to go ahead and bake this in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes or until the center is firm but still jiggly. You don't want to set it and forget about it because it's not going to be fun. So the pie's been there for 15 minutes now. We're going to go ahead and pull it out and try not to burn myself. So the pie is going to be a little jiggly. It's definitely not watery or anything, and believe me, it'll set up beautifully as it cools down. Right now it's very hot, and we're going to let it cool down air temp, probably about 30 minutes, and then we can go ahead and put it in the refrigerator for a minimum of 2 hours. Once it's had a chance to set, then we'll garnish and, you know, put all kinds of good stuff on the top to make it look prettier than it already is. So the pie has now had a chance to chill for a couple hours in the fridge and set up pretty good. So now we're going to go ahead and garnish it with a little bit of lime zest. And I don't know, any particular order, how you... Now we're going to go ahead and put on some of the bacon that we had reserved from earlier when we did the bacon graham cracker crust video. We reserved a couple of tablespoons of bacon bits. And lastly, we made these little slices of lime. So we're just rolling, in fact, putting them in some sugar here, so that way if somebody does eat them, it'll be edible. So let's go ahead and pull it out right there.
Which pie did you make?
The one with bacon on it.
Where's that?
I can tell you these are.
It's the key lime.
It's a bacon key lime pie. See how it is.
Take a taste here, got some whipped cream. That's a sweet. Okay. There's a little bit of bacon in here. The key lime is really tangy. The whipped cream is really sweet and rich tasting. I say it's a winner.
This is absolutely wonderful pie.